Mr. Steenhuisen, thank you very much for joining us. May we please start first with foot and mouth disease?
Yes.
We understand that there is vaccines on its way.
Yes, I'm very pleased that Mr. Sarache, the DDG responsible in our department for the foot and mouth prevention mechanisms, has informed me that the vaccines have now crossed the border. They're in South Africa, and they will obviously be started to be rolled out across the country. I'll be going on Monday to Gauteng, where we'll be doing some of the vaccinations up there at some of the feedlots. And this is part of our strategy to get foot and mouth under control, and then sit down with the industry to have a discussion around how we can actually have a longer term plan to render us foot and mouth disease free, or to at least demonstrate compartmentalization to the rest of the world, so that we are not compromised in our ability to be able to export our incredibly good beef products and red meat products to the rest of the world.
We understand, and just remind us, this bout of foot and mouth is quite serious. It started in KwaZulu and spread to Gauteng, and there it has had an economic impact in Gauteng.
Yes, not only an economic impact, it's also having an impact on consumers. And I'm sure that people have noticed the price of beef has gone up quite substantially. And that's as a result of supply and demand. Obviously, there was an outbreak at one of the bigger feedlots that supplies into the meat industry in South Africa, and that's obviously led to a compromise on the quantity of beef that is available. I think it's very important to re-emphasize that red meat in South Africa is absolutely safe to eat. Foot and mouth disease does not affect humans in any way, shape, or form. And if anything, if anyone wants to help support our farmers, going out and buying beef now is going to be very, very important as we start the vaccination process, the quarantining, and then obviously resuming back to full production at our feedlots and abattoirs as quickly as possible, so that we can bring those prices down and ensure there's a greater quantity going into the market.
To end off on the discussion with foot and mouth, you will start in Gauteng. Do you know how many doses will be administered in the first round?
Well, we've got 900,000 doses that have come in, and we'll obviously start getting those doses out as quickly as possible. We've got a second batch on order with the Botswana Vaccine Institute, so those will come in as well. We're going to start in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, particularly in the disease management area in KwaZulu-Natal, and of course at some of the feedlots in Gauteng, so that we can start ensuring that the food security and the price of food is not affected, and getting those feedlots and abattoirs back up as quickly as possible. But I think this speaks to a broader issue that we need to take more seriously, and that is why we convened last week in Pretoria a biosecurity summit. Biosecurity is something that has to be everybody's responsibility, from the farm gate to the auction house to the abattoir to the final consumer. And we all have a role to play in ensuring that South Africa becomes synonymous with the highest level of biosecurity, and that we adhere to the regulations. I've just gazetted new interim regulations for the movement and sale of animals, and we're going to be obviously strictly enforcing these. And those who break the law must feel the consequences, because there are grave economic consequences if the law is broken in these regards.